This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham. And get the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests today are both from Thunder Bay Theater. I have Corey Keller and Travis Welch. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Well, start me off, first of all, you are Corey.
That is me, yes.
Glad to know that's your name. And I know it. So, Corey, start me out. Tell me about the production we're going to come and see next at Thunder Bay Theater.
Next up is Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol, and it's basically the old Dickens tale retold through the eyes of Jacob Marley. So you get to see what's going on with Marley's ghost and how he gets to affect Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ooh, yay, so from a new angle.
Yes, yeah, it's like the behind the scenes, what actually happened in the Christmas Carol. It's a lot of cool new stuff, too.
Okay. And Travis, how did you get to Alpena and Thunder Bay Theater?
Just answered an ad online and auditioned over Skype with artistic director Jeffrey Mindock, and then ended up here. Yeah.
Okay, and what about your role in Jacob Marley's Christmas?
I'm playing Scrooge, which is great. And it's very interesting because as he was saying, it's sort of the story that you think you know, and then it's slightly different in some places and vastly different in others. So it's a lot of fun to sort of come at the story new.
Okay. And Corey, what about your role?
Oh, I am Jacob Marley.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's neat to explore this tiny character from A Christmas Carol and see his whole story fleshed out. It's really cool to explore that. You know?
Okay. And who are some of the other characters we're going to see?
We've got Bogle, which is a
kind of a demon-y...
demon guy,
but a fun
character.
one.
Yeah.
Not like a mean, I'm going to poke you demon, but like, hey, we're friends.
She helps Marley through this journey of teaching Scrooge this lesson. And then we've got a wonderful ensemble cast that fills out, who sometimes move the set, and then sometimes will stand up and all of a sudden are a different character, and then we'll be Bob Cratchit, and then we'll be a young, so it's a lot of fun.
If you're familiar with The Christmas Carol, a lot of the characters you see in that story are also in Jacob Marley's Christmas Carol.
Okay, so it's a comedy?
I would say dramedy.
Yeah.
Dramedy?
There's a great
Dramedy,
word,
yeah. Half drama, half comedy.
Okay, any music?
Yeah, all sorts of, I'm actually composing a brand new score for the whole show.
Woohoo!
Which has been a lot of fun and should be a lot of fun. So we're creating our own music to fill our moments. So.
Any old favorites or anything we're going to recognize?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest. I'm still in the writing process. But I think mostly it's going to be more new stuff because the idea is, like I say, like this is sort of a new version of the story. And so we don't want to get too tied to the original, to what we know about the Christmas Carol or the Christmas Carol songs that we know, but rather make a new world out of it. So.
Okay. And who are playing some of the other characters? Do you know names of who are playing?
Of course.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, we have Emily Sinkowski, who is playing the Bogle, the little demon we were referring to earlier. Christina Lewis is playing the record keeper in the spirit world, I guess we can call it, the spirit world. She's also playing a plethora. Everybody plays multiple characters. Dylan Goike, if you are familiar with Dylan Goike, he's been on a lot of our shows. He's a great kid, awesome. And Clyde, what's his last name?
That's a great question.
Yeah, Clyde. Clyde. There's Clyde.
We have Clyde.
Who's
DeCluett.
DeCluett?
Yeah.
Clyde DeCluett.
Yeah.
Wow, very good.
Great gang.
And
great guy, great
Hannah.
name.
Yeah, just lots of great stuff going on.
Yeah.
And Hannah Metke also.
Oh, okay.
Another
We know Hannah.
small town favorite. Yeah, she's awesome.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so when can we come to Thunder Bay Theater to see this production?
It'll be running 3 weekends, starting November 28th and running until December 14th.
Okay, and showtimes are?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday matinee at 2 o'clock.
Okay, and what about costuming? What kind of costumes are we going to see?
This is one of the first times we've had, we hired a costume designer out of college. Yeah, so there's a lot of really interesting things going on. Lots of period-style clothing, but it's modern, but with allusions to the period. And there's so many cool things going on.
Well, and one of the most interesting things about the way we're doing this show is that it's sort of built on found objects. So in other words, we may not have. There's a fireplace poker. It may not be a fireplace poker. It will be something else that we make into a fireplace poker by picking it up. So some of the costuming is very interesting because it will be a pile of rags that's laying on the stage, and then pick it up, and then all of a sudden it's a coat. Yeah, so it's a very interesting aspect to it, yeah.
Okay.
It's super collaborative.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing that Thunder Bay Theater is known for, is their collaboration in the community and having community members join and doing things to involve the community, which is commendable.
Yeah, well, we love it. It makes us do our job better.
Yeah.
Okay. And we just want to let people know, of course, the holidays are the time of year for good productions, good family events. Call ahead, get your tickets, get your reservations, bring the family, go out to dinner before, go out to dinner after, just do something and just come and see Bob Marley's Christmas. It sounds like it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
Jacob Marley's.
Jacob Marley's Christmas.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley's Christmas. That'd be an interesting show.
Very
Not Bob
different
Marley.
show.
Yeah.
Entertaining nonetheless.
That would be a very different show, yes. All of a sudden I thought, hey, that's got the wrong name there. Okay, and then, so what is your favorite type of role to do? We have a little bit of time left.
I typically like doing Shakespeare, so I like a lot of the verse and the really potent language, which this show has a lot of potent language, which is really
So you
nice.
have to think about what you said 5 minutes after you said it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So just say what you mean. That's all I,
Well, they
that's
do
what I
say
was
what they
saying.
mean. They
Yeah.
just say it really beautifully.
Yes. Okay, thank you. That was good clarification. How about you?
I don't know. Any sort of role. Usually, we were talking about this the other day. Usually, my favorite role is the one I'm doing right now.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So basically anything. I just love the acting of be it a musical, Shakespeare, or comedy, whatever it may be. I just enjoy it. Yeah.
And one more time, we don't want to miss Jacob Marley's Christmas, and it is at Thunder Bay Theater. The dates again are?
November 28th through December 14th.
Okay, definitely a family production. Bring your family on down and come and see it and enjoy professional theater in your own backyard.
That's right.
Thank you both very much for being here.
Thank
Thank you.
I'll be right back following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last two guests are both from the Salvation Army here in Alpena, the new officers, Kevin and Amy Cedarvald. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I know you've actually been in Alpena for 5 months, but I haven't had the opportunity to meet you yet. So a big, warm Alpena welcome, and I'm sure you've already noticed and found out that Alpena is a town that loves the Salvation Army.
Yes.
Donations, volunteers, programs, whatever it is, Alpena loves the Salvation Army.
Yeah, we've loved being here. You know, we have both, been in various appointments and, from large cities to small towns, and we both love the small town mentality because, people understand that these are our neighbors that we're helping.
Yes.
And especially in Alpena, they, never fail to jump in and get done what needs to be done.
And I know that everybody sees Salvation Army is so visible from this time of year till the end of the year, and people don't realize that this is an important fundraising time for you to carry out your programming throughout the entire year.
Yeah, we're available year-round, and one of the major things we do here in Alpena is utilities assistance.
Yes.
Last year we actually increased it from $55,000 the year before to last year we did $260,000 worth of utilities help, and our food pantry is open Monday through Friday, and so we're definitely busy all year, but Christmas we just kind of get a little busier.
And this is the time of year when we need people to come out and donate money, food items, toys. Give me an idea of some of the projects that are upcoming.
Well, we have, right now we're doing our sign-ups for our Christmas assistance, and that entails for the children, the gifts and toys, and so the angel trees will be coming in the next couple of weeks, and people can, take one of those off the tree to be able to buy toys for a child that may not get anything else this Christmas. But we also, with that, we have food baskets that we do so that, when people are trying to do everything else for Christmas as well, and when your budget is too tight to barely put food on the table on a normal day, the Christmas meal is the furthest thing from your mind, or maybe it's weighing on your mind. And we want everybody to be able to have that Christmas feast,
It's
per
not
se.
the food, it's the idea of the meal together with your family.
And so we're, food drives will be coming up and happening so that we can gather the foods that we need to be able to put those boxes together for each family. And bell ringing is huge every year. I mean, everybody knows that bell sound in the kettle, the red kettle, but we always need bell ringers and people to help us to man those sites so that we can get the funds. Because like you said, the funds we raise for Christmas or during Christmas are not used only for Christmas. They're used throughout the course of the year.
And Kevin, that's one good thing too, is you have a clearinghouse. One family doesn't get help from
Yes.
10 different agencies.
That is a wonderful thing that has come into fruition here, I've done it in other towns, and it's great to see that everybody is double checking just to make sure we're not helping the same people 2 or 3 times. It's great to have that connection. You said we were welcomed into the city. We've been overwhelmed by how welcomed we've been. We're part of several groups that their main focus is to help people and to make sure we're all doing our part and how we can work together, and it's great to see.
And a lot of times people think that when they see the bell, oh, I only have $1, that's not going to make a difference. But every penny, every dollar adds up and makes a difference.
It's surprising. I mean, even if you count just the pennies that get in the kettle, you'd be surprised how fast they add up. If everybody puts in $1 and, every time you see the kettle, that's an astronomical amount of money that would be raised at that point. So
and bell ringing, in the past I've rang the bell with my grandchildren, with my husband, with a couple of different groups. It is so much fun.
It can be,
it can be a little cold. I always try to get the indoor location if I get there first. But I just want to tell people, if you're a church group, a family group, a civic group, an organization, a service club, give you guys a call,
Absolutely.
put on the schedule. It's just so much fun. You don't have to do it for 8 or 10 hours. I mean, get a bunch of people and do 2-hour shifts and meet your neighbors, meet your friends. And I have to quit ringing the bell because I'm hugging so many people and seeing family, friends, and neighbors that you don't get to see, and it's just a wonderful experience. Plus, you're raising money.
Yeah, we definitely encourage any families or groups or church groups, civic groups to give us a call. We've sent out a lot of letters saying, this is available, but if you find an opportunity, we'd love to get you signed up for one of those activities. The fundraising part is extremely important at Christmas. We're doing a couple new things this year. We're using small little counter kettles a little more.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be at some of the stores. We can't ring a person outside. We're hoping those will really go well. And then we're in the planning phase of a big, huge event the last weekend of Christmas. I believe it's the 17th and the 18th. We're going to double all donations that are made through the kettles.
Wow.
Well, that's our goal.
We've got a couple.
We're working on it.
Got a couple people we're working on, so that's our big goal for this Christmas.
And hopefully you'll get a gold coin dropped in.
Yes, that's always
Heard about
great.
that, I'm sure.
Yes.
And then back to things to do. If you say, hey, financially, I really can't help do anything. Things are tight at my house. Okay, then come in and volunteer a couple of hours. Help get presents together, help with the food distribution. Go to the store, the Salvation Army store. Offer to volunteer there a few days. There's always so many things to do. Make some donations. Look through your closets and find some good used items that would bring some money in at the store.
Absolutely. Yeah, the store is the other main source of our income. And, everything that gets donated to our stores and that we use to make funds, that money goes directly into this community. It all stays local. So, it's huge for us to be able to make our budget and how we're going to be able to help people is based on basically a lot of it is the sales of the store and what comes in the kettles. So we have to plan accordingly.
And for the food bank, it's the same thing. They have to come in, but you only help so often. What's the...
We try to state about
case-by-case basis.
Yeah, it definitely is case-by-case basis. We try to go usually about once a month.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't like to do it more than once a month.
Okay.
But there are always those exceptions. Somebody has some issue come up, and we're able to help with that. We control our own rules, so it's not impossible to have it work, but we have to be careful.
If there's some extenuating circumstances, that's when we take it case by case. If there's some reason why, you can't make the month with even one assistance, then it's something that we're willing to look at and decide. But we also are very conscious of the fact that, first of all, it's not our funds. I mean, we're stewards of the money that the community has entrusted to us, and we want to make sure that we're doing the best with that we can.
The most good.
Yeah, doing the most good, exactly. And so, that's number one. But also, we don't want to get to the point that we're enabling people too much so that we are actually hindering them more than helping them. Because that can be a problem. If you help too much, then they don't try themselves sometimes.
That's very true.
So, like I said, it's always case by case because there's sometimes just things that you can't control. And we want to help the people that need the help, but we also want to make sure that we are helping people who need the help.
All right, we're just about out of time, so I want to let people know that they can stop by your offices on on US 23. The offices aren't there, but the stores on
Yes.
US 23 by Kmart, and your offices are on 2nd Avenue. You can pull in, easy to find. If they have any questions or want to volunteer.
Absolutely.
And so we'll be back. You'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll hear where we are with the money
Yes.
raising, and we'll go from there.
Sounds
Thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joynton following these messages.
Welcome everyone. My name is Don McMaster. I'm a Vice President for Workforce Development at Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have with us today Coach Bobby Allen. He's the coach of the Lady Lumberjacks, the basketball team at Alpena Community College. Bobby, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So Bobby, you've been around ACC a long time, a stellar basketball player in your day. Worked with Coach Frank McCourt on the men's level, and have coached 13 years
With the women, yes.
with the women. So give us the viewers out there an insight as to how this team looks.
This year, I think we'd be competitive. I have a young lady out of Alcona, Karina Cole, who brings a lot of energy to the team, and all the girls love her. You know, she's a real-round player. She does a lot for the team. And when you have a player like that, of that caliber, everybody else feeds off of her. You know, I also got Emma Strong from Alpena, too. Strong young lady, you know, going to be a really good rebounder this year. And I picked up another young lady from Johannesburg, Brittany Chawinski, that she's going to be a dynamic player too. So. Trying to get the pieces from around the area to bring them into Alpena to keep the talent here in Alpena as well. And I think so far, you know, we let some get away and some stick around. And I think the one that stuck around, I think we're going to be pretty good.
That's great to hear. Your effort to recruit locally, I think, is appreciated by basketball people. They like to come out and see folks that they'd seen at the high schools for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll continue that trend. That trend is it's an ongoing policy here in Alpena by me. If you wants to play for me and you're in from the area, I'm gonna go out and get you. And I done had a few girls from the area. I had Haley O'Mara that was from not in the area, but from Onaway. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal young lady. She's the second leading scorer in the history in Alpena, and I think, and she was only 5'3". And I think Karina Cole is going to shatter a lot of records while she's here. Just bringing the local talent with some of the talent, you know, if I can get them from downstate, which I have a young lady from downstate that's going to be here as well. You know, it's looking well for Alpena. You know, being patient. You know, sometimes a coach can't get patient. He wants to win. But I'm not just looking for the wins on the basketball court. You could put Alpena Community College up against any junior college in the nation, and our athletes graduates. This year alone, I have 4 academic All-Americans. Frank had 3 academic All-Americans. I mean, and from Alpena, that's pretty good because we just don't focus on athletics. We focus on schooling. If you ain't getting the work done in the classroom, there's no work done for you on the basketball floor. And every kid knows it that comes through. We tell the parents, and we hold to it. And because we want you to be here 2 years and then leave with something to have a future as you leave Alpena.
That's great. I think that's priorities in the right spot. Mm-hmm. I like to attend the games. I would encourage everyone out there who's a basketball lover or just a supporter of Alpena Community College to come out. And they put, Coach Allen puts together a very fine team. They represent the college well. They behave on the court. They play hard, play smart, play together. I think that's a credit to you.
Oh, yeah. I think just you can tell the kids that come here that really wants the part of the basketball, but they also got to understand too, and life is more than basketball. You know, basketball is only here for a short period. Some of us are going to play it for 2 years, and then we're going to go on and make sure our education is together. But while you're here at Alpena, you got 2 years to play against some of the top competition. And, you know, in the nation, I say really, but you also got to have that education. So when you're done, you got that education that's going to like get you to your degree, for your degree of maybe your master's. So, but at the same time, while you're here, We're not all basketball. You know, we got to be about the schooling. We don't want to send no kids through Alpena Community College just for basketball.
Outstanding. So, Bobby, what would be the style of play that you advocate? Is it a pressing style, running, or do you just work with the personnel you have?
I work with what I have, and I try to put each girl in situation to where they're going to be successful. I won't put a young lady out there if she can't keep up with the speed. I'll put her in a position like a 2-3 zone, or I'll put her in if I got like 5 ladies. As you know, Alpena has known for having biggest girls 5'10", 5'11".
Right.
So our 5'10", 5'11s have got to press. So that means they had to get in shape. And you know, I never heard one of my girls complain. They joke with me all the time about running, but they know what we have to do. They go out there and they try it. They don't argue with me. No smart comments. No crap with the teammates, because I tell them up front, the only person you should be afraid of is me. And I'm just going to put you in a situation to be successful. And so right now, everything is going well. The girls are really trying. I mean, we're giving some girls some chances out there too to play basketball.
Sure.
Because if it wasn't for Alpena Community College, where would some of these girls be right now? Would they just be going to school or hanging with their boyfriend, or
right,
you know, just working at a supermarket at home in a little small community? But we giving them chances, and I appreciate Alpena, you know, because you know, I have 2 people on the team that's dear to me. My daughter plays for me, and giving her opportunity to play basketball, which she never had that opportunity. And she never played high school basketball, just like her daddy. She never played, but she goes out there, she tries. And I have my niece here as well, you know, so that's another one. If Alpena Community College wasn't here to give them that opportunity, you know, they probably wouldn't experience it. They get to experience the road trips. They get to experience the trips on the road in the winter, and still got to come back and go to school in the morning and practice. Oh, we practice at 6 in the morning. So, I mean,
that's a great story. I know firsthand, having played against you, that not playing in high school didn't hurt your game too much.
No.
So we've got about 30 seconds left. I'd like for you, that was just great stuff. If you could tell me after all these years, what's the favorite part about coaching? Coaching at ACC?
Well, you know, just to love the community, give back to the college, to the athletics. I love it. I just love getting up in the morning and love coaching the girls. And also the guys as well. I just love being around kids trying to improve their game, not just their games, just their life in itself.
Outstanding. Well, Coach Allen, thanks for joining us on Talk of the Town. And folks, thank you for tuning in and continuing to support Alpena Community College. Come on out for some basketball. It's at a high caliber and it's run well. Thank you.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joyden. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at www.wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.